Okay, welcome back. Last time we made our way through the third warp zone and managed to secure 2 of the colour gems. We got the red gem in Deep Trouble, and the purple gem from the Death Route in High Time. Before we managed to fight Dr. Nefarious Trophy in a boss fight at the end of the episode, we died to him like 6 times or something, but for defeating him we unlocked the Death Tornado Spin, which is kinda nice, and we might get some use out of it today, as we enter our first level, the Sphinxinator. Which, to be fair, is a pretty cool name, all things considered. Like, if I saw, like, an ancient, like, roller coasters aren't my thing, but if I saw an ancient Egyptian-themed roller coaster called the Sphinxinator, I think that'd be kinda cool. Okay, so, we grab a bonus life there. I remember those 4 boxes are there immediately, because, honestly, I missed them a couple of times in the Insane Trilogy. Now, normally, I wouldn't be able to make this gap, but with a slide, a double jump, and a Death Tornado Spin, it's pretty comfortable. However, I still want to stay out of the light here because that would set off a trap. If I stepped into the light there, it would set off a trap, and, you know, we would quite like to not do that. Slide, jump, and that opens that up, and now we can grab 4 bonus lives by the looks of things. And also, that seems to be the only one. That was a metal checkpoint box. I think that's the only one in the game, at least that I've seen. Wait, I can use Death Tornado Spin that? Okay, I was trying to go catch up to the Ankh thing, but whatever. I'll call that a win. Also, honestly, I didn't really want to hit that checkpoint because I have to platform backwards. So, in an ideal scenario, in a properly, really ideal scenario, I would have liked to be able to, you know, get there, then keep the checkpoint for when I get back, but I guess it'll be fine. So let's just keep going. Fantastic. And we are back to the start. So far, this is going really comfortably. We haven't died. We've got all the boxes that we've seen. Also, I like how they have just little things like you have engine and the little boat there, and then obviously you have Cortex on the wall there. You have his like scientist guy over there. I don't know. I think that's a nice little detail. Now, because it's like, I guess it's Cortex and his associates kind of just like asserting their influence over history. And now, we just need to not die to the sarcophagus. You know, just kick that mummy through some stairs. And hopefully we can not get hit by the crushing wall. Actually, while I'm on the top of the curve, while I'm doing an ancient Egypt themed thing, that could have been really close. I'm just gonna wait for this, actually, because I know that there was another nitro crate here, I think. Okay, I guess it destroyed it. Okay, fantastic. So, yeah, basically, while I'm on topic of ancient Egypt, I just like to ramble on about a game that, for many years, I'd periodically see it in arcades, but I never played it. To this day, I've never played it. I watched a couple of I've watched a playthrough of it, but I've never actually sat down and played it myself. It was a weird arcade game from like 2002 called Maze of the Kings, and that went really badly. Also, we need the blue gem to completely finish this level. But yeah, so basically, Maze of the Kings looked really interesting to me as a kid, mostly because so I should probably preface this with, as a kid, I thought I was as a kid, I was really scared of the House of the Dead games. Like, I was very uncomfortable just even seeing those games, which, somewhat ironically, I grew to love those games in time. But Maze of the Kings was basically like, hey, what if we made a kind of vaguely zombie shooter, but it's like all kind of Egyptian themed. And for years, I knew like next to nothing about that game, and honestly, it looks really cool. Like, it played with it had a weird gun for like an arcade light gun game though. Because instead of having, like, a standard gun, you got, like, this kind of scepter thing. And honestly, it always looked like a really interesting game, but it never had a home port or anything. Honestly, I'm so glad it didn't just kind of slide me off into the abyss there. Also, I'm coming back for those TNTs, don't worry it's just, I know for a fact that if I hit that TNT, it would blow up that bonus life. But yeah, so pretty much, I always wanted to play Maze of the Kings, and honestly, I think I've only ever seen it in arcades like 3 or 4 times, and I've never actually played it, but it looks kind of interesting. So, yeah, it's an interesting looking game, because the way it seems, like, the kind of opening of the narrative seems to basically explains it as, like, oh, I was gonna die there. Like, the opening of the narrative implies that it's like, oh, the path, like, the maze basically randomizes each time. So it's like, assumably, well, obviously there won't be, like, 1,000 routes, but, like, obviously there'll be, like, a good few. There'll be, like, a good, like, number range. I just ran right into that guy and died. Great. But yeah, like, I don't know, it always looks really interesting to me, and I would love to play it sometime. Because, yeah, and then at the end of each stage, it was like, hey, you need to shoot, like, insert, like, ancient treasure here. And I thought it was just a really interesting take on an arcade light gun game. Well, on-rails shooter, arcade light gun game, whatever you want to call them, because honestly, both are valid. I tend to just call them on-rails shooters, because, you know, I feel like that it's just, I think it's just an easy way to sum them up, really. Like, it's a shooter where you are on rails, you know? But yeah, honestly, in general, I just really like arcade rail shooters, and honestly, I would love to just do, like, a series of videos on those. But at the same time, it's just like, okay, we can grab the gem, fantastic. But at the same time, it's just like, there are so many of them, I wouldn't even know where to start. Like, I don't know, like, I'm sure there's also a whole bunch of videos on the history of them, but, like, there are so many good ones. Like, there's so many good ones, and I feel like I kind of need to broaden my horizons in them beyond just the classics of Time Crisis and House of the Dead. Also, anyway, into our next level we go, Bye Bye Blimps, which will be our first Coco level for, honestly, quite a while. Also, I kind of need to find a way to do that, because I want to play Time Crisis 1, but it suffers from a severe problem that old on-rails shooters suffer from, on consoles especially. Actually, I think it's also, like, an arcade issue, but it's like, since they use hit scan, like, yeah, it's kind of a problem. Because it was one of those ones where, like, you'd shoot and the screen would flash white. It's like, you shoot, the screen flashes white, and then it registers if you've hit or not. And it's like, okay, cool. And that means that, like, I know accessibility is, like, a major thing, but, like, I know accessibility was not really as much of a concern for game devs in the early 90s, but, like, I feel like that is kind of an egregious one, especially for the modern, for, like, trying to go back to it in the modern day, because it's like, oh wow, I can, like, barely play this. Because it's just, like, constant. Okay, so I should probably explain this level. Coco, as we can see, is in a plane. We have to shoot down all of these blimps, hence the level of the name being Bye Bye Blimps. The boxes are on these little balloons, and the enemies in the biplanes. They will respawn infinitely as far as I'm aware, but they aren't that much of an issue, so honestly I'm content to just kind of let them be, and shoot any that get in my way. So, with all those balloons destroyed, that's that done, and now I just need to find this last blimp, shoot it down, and get on out of here, because this level is really short, really easy, and yeah, I quite like that level. It's short, it's simple, it's to the point, and it's quite a fun one, as we head back to the Time Twister. But yeah, like, I feel like the genre of on-rails shooters, just kind of in general, is such a bizarre and interesting creature. Because, like, there's been so many kind of versions of it. Okay, into our next level we go, Tell No Tales, which is, once again, going to be a Coco stage. Cool. So I guess we're getting 2 Coco stages back to back. And much like the last jet ski stage, I do not feel massively confident on this one. So, we have 61 boxes to try to get. So, basically, the last time I had to do one of these levels was in episode 1. And, basically, my approach for it is going to be much the same here. I'm just going to take it slow. I'm just going to take it slowly and try to get as much done as I can. I'm just going to take it as slow as I can to try to get all of the boxes, but no promises. No promises, and by that I mean, okay, I'm just going to double back real quick, because I have a feeling I was going to get hit there. But yeah, like, I know, I think on-rail shooters is a really interesting genre of game that I would love to, honestly, with... Wait, we can die to the seagull? Okay, that's good to know. But yeah, like, I know, it's a genre that I think is unfortunately, like, one that's kind of been left to time now. Like, obviously we still get them every now and then, but they're definitely a lot less prevalent than they once were. I think they were very much an arcade, like, they were very much like a staple of the arcade. But like, unlike fighting games, which, you know, found a new home, like, with like, okay, that was close. But unlike fighting games that found a home with, like, tournaments and everything at home and everything. But, like, you know, the on-rails shooter never really kind of had that. And honestly, it's a shame, because it is a genre that I think deserves a lot of love, because I think it is really fun. Like, they are pretty fun games. Are they a bit repetitive? Yeah, maybe a bit. Are there times where, like, it is absolutely designed to just be, like, comedically unfair? Yes, very much so. I haven't played a massive amount of on-rails shooters, but, like, even in the ones I have played, I can tell you there's a few bosses in there that were very clearly designed to just be like, hey, are you in the arcade? You'd best be, you had best either have brought more money than you think you need with you, or have a friend or family member nearby who is willing to go and get you some more coins to play. Because some of those bosses are, quite frankly, some of the most patently unfair I have ever seen. Although, to be fair, I think that is just an arcade thing in general. Like, I've never played it, but I've heard horror stories about people playing, I think it was like the Dungeons and Dragons arcade game, and dealing with the Red Dragon, that was basically just like spamming like a massive area of effect to like full damage thing. Yeah. So, but yeah, I do think that it did see a little bit of a resurgence when motion controls were super popular. Like, House of the Dead 2 and 3 got ported to the Wii. Honestly, that's still a fantastic thing. Like, genuinely, if you see that for cheap, like, House of the Dead 2 and 3 are great games. Just if you see that on the Wii, pick that up real cheap. It is really good. Because I imagine it probably isn't all that expensive, and they are two fantastic games. Although, I will fully admit the last boss of 3 is definitely one of those ones that was designed to just rob you. Like, the last boss of 3, I think I've mentioned it before, I hate the final boss of House of the Dead 3. It may be... No! I tried to slow myself down right at the end, but I didn't quite manage it. Actually, I might do that at some point. I know it wouldn't be like a playing thing, but like, I've done videos where I just ramble on about stuff before. At some point, if I ever decide to do like top 10s and stuff, I will do a top 10 worst bosses, or top 10 least favorite bosses, I guess would be a more accurate and fair statement. But yeah, the final boss from House of the Dead 3 would be making that. I cannot stand the final boss from House of the Dead 3. And it's a shame, because I love that game so much. But that's a story for another time, I think. But yeah, like, it had that. House of the Dead Overkill was on the Wii. Then there was also Ghost Squad. Ghost Squad was on the Wii. The PlayStation, what was it called? PlayStation Move? That had a few, like a couple of Time Crisis games got ported, I think. I think Dead Storm Pirates got a port? Actually, was that a console original? I don't think I've never seen that game in an arcade. So, that may be an entirely original game. Okay, we are down to the final 10 boxes. Fantastic. Because, I'll be honest, I have low faith in my ability to get this level done comfortably. But yeah, so, in general, also, there was a weird case that was like Vampire Night. That was interesting. I don't think it's an amazing game, but I don't think it's an amazing game, but it's okay. It's serviceable. Oh, and admittedly, I've only ever played like the console version of that, which is hilariously easy because it's just like, oh, I can mash the shoot button and the reload button at the exact same time, and yeah, I now need to worry about anything. So the last boss of that game is hilariously easy. So let's just keep going, because we are really close to the end of this level now. We have 4 boxes left. Okay, there we go. That's all of them. 2, 1, 0. No. Fantastic. We dodge all those. Can we get the bonus life right at the end here? Yes, we can. We grab the gem and we leave Tell No Tales. Fantastic. But yeah, I feel like honestly, I think the time when motion controls was like at its peak was a really good time for rail shooters, and I wish we did get more of them. But honestly, if there's one thing that I think really missed out with it, okay, enter Future Frenzy, our first future themed level actually. Is Engine finally going to say something? Apparently so.
So, Crash Bandicoot, we meet again. Uka Uka and Dr. Cortex want me to teach you a lesson. Well, I've made a few modifications to my mechanics since our last encounter. So back off or be deleted.
You know he's serious because he'll say we'll be deleted. But yeah, so fittingly enough for the future level, one thing that I'm kind of surprised, I guess it's probably because realistically the whole thing didn't seem to last that long, but I'm so kind of disappointed, might be the word, that when VR became popular, like, I know it wasn't like the most massive mainstream thing, because obviously VR was really expensive, but like, I wish we got like a kind of a rail shooter renaissance, I guess. I would have loved to have seen that for VR. But the only one I can think of was Until Dawn Rush of Blood. Which, to be fair, the game looked fine, I think. I haven't seen it in like 5 years. But I remember it looked okay. And yeah, I just love rail shooters, and there's so many that I just haven't seen, obviously. And there's a whole bunch of strange ones. Like, I remember I watched a playthrough of, what was it called? I think it was like Dark Escape 4D or something fairly recently. That game looks weird and like 8 different levels of unfair. Like, that looks like a game that is very clearly just made to just take your money, basically. Like, it looks like one that was very... No. Like, it looks like a game that is very clearly like, oh, you're playing this by yourself? I hope you brought a ton of money with you. Like, it seems a bit unfair. Like, it seems like a, hey, we just jump scared you all the time. Also, every enemy... It's like, oh, this enemy just instantly hit you. And also, it's just like, it seems like it's just weird game in general, but at the same time, just like, it does look interesting. It seems like an interesting kind of tech demo, I guess, because it did seem to work on the entire thing, just like, hey, the fear of the player. And just like, well, is the player scared? Then we can make the game harder. I think that's an interesting concept, but you know, I don't really know how you'd go and gauge the player's fear as they're playing, you know? But either way, I thought that was kind of interesting. Did I think the game was particularly amazing? I mean, I wouldn't be rushing to play it if I saw it in an arcade, but it looks kind of interesting. Okay, wow, it really wants me to use my abilities here, huh? Okay, so this is a... I mean, first things first, I gotta grab that. So, that is a double jump. Fantastic. And now we can just spin through here. Now we can do that. Fantastic. Okay, so this is a double jump into a tornado. I guess it wanted me to do that, but hey, I guess I did it wrong, but still did it properly. Okay, now it wants me to do the double jump into the death tornado. There we go, fantastic. Clear. Nice. And then there's like some kind of strange ones where it's like, yeah, this is like an on-rails game, but it's like you don't have a... But it's not like a shooter. It's like... well, that didn't go too well. Like, I can only think of two. I think one was called like Tsurugi Blade of Honor or something. And then the other was Mazan Flash of the Blade, which was just like, hey, this is an on-rails game, but instead of it being a shooter, it's like a sword. It's based on like sword fighting. I thought that was really cool. Like, I thought that was really interesting. Because it was just like, hey, what if instead of having a gun for this, we give you a cool sword? It's like, I thought that was really interesting. And I don't know why, and I guess in a vague, tangential relation thing, that just reminded me that the game Red Steel existed. Did anyone ever play Red Steel? Like, I remember, because I remember my brother got it with his Nintendo Wii. Oh, right, yeah, right, I've already done the bonus stage. So, I remember, like, I played a bit of it, and it's just like... I don't know if it's just a game that I don't think was good, or one that I thought, this might be great if it was on, like, not the Wii. That was bad. That was bad on my part. Like, I don't remember, like, I don't know if it was a game that I thought could have been good if it was just on something else. Because, like, it was one of those cases of a very early Wii game where, like, very clearly they hadn't nailed down the controls yet, where they clearly did not really know what they were doing, so it was very kind of jank. But, hey, I guess that just kind of comes with the territory when you're working with new technology, I suppose. There must have been another route in this level that I just completely missed. Actually, I do vaguely remember there being another route that I just didn't see. Oh well, I'll come back. I'll have to come back anyway. So that was level 19 complete, so now level 20 is Tomb Wader. And this is another Egypt-themed level, but it is also water-based. So that's going to be a fun one. I remember kind of liking this level, so hopefully I don't make myself look too stupid and bad at this game now. I mean, I know me, I will probably make myself look stupid and bad at this game now, so, you know. Oh, also, now we have half sarcophagus people, because they are now just kind of hanging about, I guess. No. Okay, so Crash can wade in the water, but... Okay, that didn't go too well. Yeah, Crash can wade in the water, however, he can't go too deep into the water. So, basically, if you get too deep under the water, Crash will drown, but you can be in the water a little bit. So, yeah, hopefully we can get through this without too much difficulty. And also, obviously, no, yeah, that went, yeah, it's going badly. I remember liking this level, but I evidently, this is going to be one of those cases where I like the level, but evidently I'm not going to be, particularly good at showing it. But yeah, But yeah, pretty much. Oh, also, in case it hadn't already clicked, yes, this level is a Tomb Raider joke. You know, because well, Tomb Raider was kind of like one of the quintessential games for the PS1, I guess. Wait, I die here. Oh wait, I don't. Cool. Fantastic. Now we just make it through. I don't even remember this enemy. Well, he's dead now, so I guess I don't need to. Wait, there was a blue gem. It said there was a blue gem path here, so I assume... You know what? It said there was a blue gem path, so I assume that means that somewhere in here, I need to find a place to just, that'll do. I saw a blue gem path in here, so I assume at some point I'm going to have to do a death route. So that means I'll have to do this level perfectly, but that is a job for future me. Okay, how do I do this? One. Huh, like that apparently. Because now just spin and hit all of those. Fantastic. And I assume that should be me in the clear. I hope. And if not, well, if not, we are taking another dive into the abyss. Now let's just bounce there. Hang on, wait, I need to... Oh... Can I save that at all? Well, I can, but it definitely wasn't meant to do. But yeah, let's run that back again, because honestly, that was pretty embarrassingly bad. So, let's just get this done real quick. Okay, now I can just death spin back across. Fantastic. I mean, to be totally honest, I don't know if I can even get all the boxes in this. I imagine I probably still can, because I could in high time. But, we'll see how that goes. Okay, I'll hit those. Okay, now I know what to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. Then just fall there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we go. 1, 2. And I miss the jump. Of course I do. Why would I ever make the jump properly? Okay. Let's do this. Let's do this properly this time. For real this time. All the marbles. We got this. Now, if nothing else, when I finish this bonus stage properly, I'm gonna cash out so many Wumpa Fruit by the looks of it. I mean, I think... Actually, what is the highest Wumpa Fruit I've gotten from a bonus stage in this game so far? Because I feel like in one of them I cashed out probably like 150. 2, 3, 4, 5. I love how... I know I mentioned it in episode 1. 3, 4, 5. I know I mentioned it in episode 1, but I love how in this game that just works. Okay, now 1. Now we just jump up here. Now we just slide jump, make that, hop onto the TNT real quick, and that should blow up the remaining 5. There we go, fantastic. I do like how the bonus levels have just like little bits of puzzle solving. Words. I like how they have just little bits of puzzle solving in them sometimes. Like, that's a fun little thing. So basically, this little bit now involves pretty much it basically involves now worrying both about the rising tides and some kind of specific doors. I think. I'll be honest. Again, I haven't played. Again, it's been a good while since I played this game, so I may be misremembering some things. But evidently, this. No. Okay, I saved that at like the last frame. Okay, so... Also, obviously, we can't die to that. we should be safe. Okay, yeah, so there would be a death route here, but obviously we've died already in this level, so obviously we can't be taking the death route. But now we need to deal with opening. We need to deal with like opening doors and stuff and rising tides. So you know, it's just a little bit stressful, but hopefully we can get through. If nothing else, we secure a crystal here. For a second, I thought I had nearly managed to spin it away. I don't even know if you can spin it away. But honestly, I don't know if you can spin them away, but honestly, I think I was about a quarter second away from finding out. But yeah, that is the benefit of... Basically, I imagine this level is possible without it, but it is so helpful to have the spin jump. The tornado death spin, sorry. To give it its proper name, and I died again, great. Fortunately, there was a checkpoint right here. Which honestly was double helpful, because I nearly died again immediately. Okay, I'm just gonna run past the one per route, because honestly, as much as I do like this level, it can get maybe a little bit stressful, and there goes Crash, deflating like a popped balloon, because, well, I guess that's technically what he just became for that moment. And... okay, I can make this in time. Fantastic. Honestly, this one mummy guy, this guy, oh, that could have been a disaster. No. Oh, that was a close call. Okay, let's just destroy these two boxes and then run back, wait for the water to come back down, and now we open the gate and run for it. And now we just So obviously you can go through this just kinda tornado death spinning your way across the entire time. But obviously, if you want to play it a little safer, you can just go bit by bit. It just kind of wait it out. But now I think I should be... I spun too late. I spun too late to hit the scarab. I spun too late to hit the scarab and ended up just hitting the necro crate. I'm off to a great start today. So, but you know what? This time I got this. This time I'm confident I got this. Oh no. I say as I immediately nearly just choke. But hey, if nothing else, I'm consistent with it. Okay, you know what? That actually is a bit better than last time. So for what I'll come back down, I can break this, get another bonus life. Fantastic. Now I'll wait for it to come back up, wait for it to come back down. Then we'll spin this and make a run for it. Okay. It'll go back up. Honestly, I should probably, like, try to time... Realistically, I should probably just try to time it to see, like, what the gap is. I imagine it's, like, I don't know, 7 seconds, maybe? But, I don't know. Now... let's just spin that. That does blow it all up. Fantastic. Okay, fantastic. We managed to get at least one gem out of the level. We will, however, have to come back at a later time to get the blue gem out, but that is good enough for me right now. And now that now that we have acquired all 5 crystals in this world, whatever you want to call it, it is now time for us to go and fight our 4th boss, Dr. N. Jin, and his robot. But this time, Coco is going to go and fight him in our place.
So, you want to go a few rounds? When this is over, we'll see who's obsolete.
Okay, so Coco is going to be handling this fight, and hopefully we can get through this without too much difficulty. So, oh no, oh I hate this already. Can I change this? Can I, options, no, that's music options. I don't think I can change this. Okay, I'm playing this on hard mode, I guess. So, for those of you who For those of you who may not know, for those of you who I may not have mentioned this to before, I hate playing things on inverted controls. Also, I have to play this on inverted controls. It's like, it'll probably take me a couple of attempts to get used to, but I don't know, I think I can do it. I mean, yeah, I can do this. Honestly, this boss fight probably wouldn't even be that difficult. It won't even be that difficult. Actually, hang on, wait, I think this is this might be a two-phase fight. I might be misremembering. I may be misremembering. But I think this is a two-phase fight, actually. Well, he's down to one bit. I assume the, flashing yellow thing must be the weak point, right? Because, well, it was let hit him the rest of the time, so... Also, I don't see a point in, not shooting, so, might as well just constantly focus fire on him. But, yeah, we don't seem to be doing much in the way of, damage currently. I mean, he isn't hitting us, but we don't seem to be harming him at all, so, I don't know how this works. Also, how Coco invented, the space travel thing, I don't know, but you know what, I'm not going to question it. Okay, there we go. Okay, this is a two-phase fight. Okay. And also now Perez here. Don't really know why, but okay. A heal would have been nice, though, not gonna lie. Oh, I guess this doubled our firepower, I suppose. But, again, I just need to be able to hit him a whole bunch. And, yeah. Honestly, engines, missiles, the missiles engine fires turn out to be really helpful to me in Crash Team Racing. And hopefully I can... Yeah, this is looking like a Lost Cause run here. Because I don't think I beat the rest of this fight flawlessly. And also, I can't even see what's happening for most of this, to be totally honest. I'm kind of just shooting and hoping I don't get hit. But hey, this is basically a case of a boss fight where, once you, once, you destroy one part, it just gets a lot easier. Because, hey, just over... Okay, we are on 1% HP. So, you know what? This seems like the perfect time for a bit of a comeback, Watch as I die in 3 seconds. Okay, there we go, fantastic. Don't know why the void of space is like that, but that's fine. You know what, we have 66 lives, let's not worry about it. But yeah, so this boss fight will take a while, unfortunately. It's a long fight. It's easily the longest boss fight in the game. Engine's boss fights always are, to be honest. If there's one, recurring theme with Dr. Engine's boss fights, it's that they are probably the hardest ones in the game, they are the longest ones in the game, and they aren't the most fun. But hey, we'll manage. And honestly, I'll be totally honest, we'll probably get through this in less attempts, at least, than it took with Dr. Tropy, because, I'll be honest, there is a certain joy I get when it's just hey, I destroyed all of the parts, just in rapid succession. Okay, he's down to 1 bit, so now we need to focus fire on him again, and we should be good to go. Honestly, if I focused more on just, doing damage and not just, blowing all the stuff up, I think I could probably get through this a little bit faster. But, I'll take the safety, I think. And also, being at 98% health going into Phase 2 would be pretty nice for me, not gonna lie. But we should be entering that second phase in hopefully soon, because... There we go. I was gonna say, I've been shooting at him for a while. Okay, now, nothing explains how Pura got into space, but you know what, I'm not gonna question it. But now we just combine focus fire with Coco and Pura, and honestly, I don't even know how much damage this is doing. I don't, if I'm being totally honest, I don't know if this is doing more damage. But you know what, we'll be okay. Because, well, if nothing else, we should be pretty good to go. I do like how Coco does go and handle this fight instead of Crash though, because one, I think it would be kind of weird to have Coco be playable and not have her do a boss fight, and I think N. Jin is the one that makes the most sense for her, I guess. Oh wow, that did a ton of damage! But either way, this is looking pretty good for me now, because now it's just like all the missile pods, I guess. Like, it's the 4 missile pods and that, like, one kind of central cannon, and then left. Honestly, I think, like, the central cannon is more of a threat, but the missile pods are just a bit more, like, generally annoying to deal with. So I'm gonna try to deal with all the missile pods first, I think. And of course, I can just... Honestly, I have honestly just had circle held down this entire time, because I see no reason to not be constantly shooting. Because, you know, sometimes you just need to always be shooting. And... Can one of these things just explode, please? I was gonna say, I feel like I've been shooting at this thing for ages. Like, I don't know how long that actually was, but that felt like I was shooting at that for ages, without anything happening. I am very glad that it doesn't give me like a shot percentage on accuracy at the end of this though, because oh boy, that would let's just say that would be dire. It would be direly low. Okay, you know what? Apparently I hadn't destroyed any of them, but I just weakened them all, and there we go. That is N. Jin defeated.
Not again!
And now we obtain our 4th of power-up, the Fruit Bazooka, or the Wump Bazooka, whatever you want to call it. To fire fruit at a target, hold L2 to raise the gun, aim with the directional buttons, and then fire with circle. And now we just head on back to the Time Twister, as we now have access to the final warp zone.
It's funny how history repeats itself. Yet again, N. Jin has failed to defeat you. For this we must destroy you! Oh, my aching head. I'm not feeling myself these days. So the end is in sight. Gather another 5 crystals, and again you will have foiled my plan. Or will you?
I mean, realistically, N. Jin puts up more of a fight than Cortex ever does. I mean, honestly, I say that, but I feel like I'm gonna struggle with the Cortex fight in this one. Now that I've said that, the hubris alarm has been alerted. Okay, so I'm gonna say end off today's episode here. Because, well, this one's gone surprisingly long. Like, I don't even know what happened to make it run so long. Like, I don't think anything went particularly over time. And, like, I've been recording for apparently 43 minutes, and it, honestly, I don't know, I feel like I've lost 13 minutes somewhere, and I don't know where. Anyway, whatever, I'm going to end off today's episode here. Next time we'll be starting up the final warp room. But as always, feel free to leave a comment or click any of the buttons down below if you feel so inclined. And I will hopefully see you all next time, where we deal with the final warp room of Crash Bandicoot 3 Warped. And then the episode after that, we will be starting to basically just go back to get all the relics and can just clean up the game. So yeah, okay, thanks for watching.